stifling though, specifically in these like lower echelon tournaments over and towards CCT. He's played against some of the, you know, bottom feeders here in North America. This is going to be probably his biggest test tonight, though, when it comes down to Ancient as our first best of one. Let's get this one started. Let's take a look at Weeza, and let's see if OG Wizard can frag above his team's weight to take down Elevate.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one to say the least. And to be honest, North America on Ancient as of recently has been an El Clasico, which I've appreciated personally. But like, gotta keep it slow, not quite methodical, but just waiting, looking for aggression by the look of things.
Yeah, talking about this map pick, though, this is certainly one of Elevate's best maps in their pool. And it's not win percentage-wise, but they are a team that enjoys picking into it and just playing it in general. And they consistently play it against the better teams here in North America. But again, you're talking about the inconsistency. You're 100% correct on that. Let's see if Dare can hold his own towards the back lanes. Good flashbang, but not good enough to take down Nyx. And with Snav out in the open, we're going to be looking at a 3 versus 5 retake here for Elevate.
Now, that was some fantastic shots coming through, and, well, all 3 players stacked up as they come in. Dia, taking a couple of shots and really rushing it through. Unfortunately, the rest of his team has fallen out towards long, and he's left to clutch up. He'll need them all. Nace on the cards. If it's to be. Kit, though, in hand. Maybe a chance. The double swing incoming. And yeah, Experative will make sure that doesn't go the distance. Elevate themselves a couple of kills, or at least Dia does, but nothing more.
A good setup there from Elevate, despite that. The dual Berettas are back lane and a flashbang prime. They had the setup. They were prepared for that kind of play to come through from lag. But pistol rounds are just about hitting the shots there. And that was Nyx all the way, just landing 2 quick headshots out of the gates. So good effort coming through from Dia. I will give him that. He landed a gush through the wall right there. If that was a straight up headshot onto Experative, different story. But full eco for the CT side. No force by shenanigans. If he was nouns, I'd be surprised if this was the case, but they're taking on Take Flight tonight.
Fair enough. Yeah, I do appreciate that Elevate, when I get to see them, they typically go for, I would say, the more numbers game approach to these buys and saves. A lot of North American teams really aggressive with that, but
okay,
not so much. Nice money building up there for Weeza. 3 frags on the MAC-10. Nice addition to the cash flow.
Yeah, first 3 kills in ECL right there for Weeza.
Hey, there we go.
You know, time to update that Twitter bio. You're now an ECL player.
I was checking the Twitter for Weeza before we got started. He's not really a Twitter enjoyer.
Okay.
I could scroll to like the bottom of his posts entirely.
Ooh, okay.
Like within a minute. Not even that. Like 20 seconds. Yeah, trying to get the jump over there on the shelf, but doesn't quite make the move. Lag are going to be patient about the mid take. They'll wait a couple minutes or a couple seconds, and then they'll come back in. Unfortunately, through that smoke, there's no moving forward for Lag. They've lost 2 in the attempt, and we'll reroute over towards A.
Yeah, a little too much mid presence in the mid round there for Elevate. Not backing up to the site, but peeping. Still in position, but it's OG Wizard with the big swing. Does get that initial entry, and Nyx does follow up with a trade frag at 2 for 1, but the bomb plant is going to be tentative, and they're going to run him down. Experative in a 1 versus 3 now. Yeah, they know where he is now. First headshot is good, though. Can Experative make this one happen? Has to dice up the duels, but the double swing is good, and Elevate will pick up the first gun round.
And it may not be, that big a deal on paper, but denying that bomb plant, it's not going to matter this round so much, but what may have been a little bit of a longer-term reinvestment strategy for Lag, no longer so plausible. Thanks to that denial, and Elevate doing a great job with that mid-control. I love setting the tone early for a CT side on this map in particular. For Ancient, I love when you're able to just define mid as a no-go zone early on. Force the T's to really fight, utilize that utility in order to retake it if they want it.
Going back in for the same mid play. right now, and it almost catches off Snap, trying to go for a little aggressive move out cave. He goes down to 10. Mid control here for Lag, and they're going to speed up in towards Donut. Weasel with an incredible entry, opening up multiple portions of the map, and that puts the pressure down onto Peeping, close up to the A main smoke. This curtain's about to drop. He's about to be faced with weapons. Can he pass this test is the big question here, and OG Wizard will not let him survive. Dia, however, he is the last line of defense truly on this site. Shane lurches forward to try and add to that, but just simply locked out in this 2 versus 3. Dia looking for angles and will be given one back, though, by Weeza. A little overextension there. Low HP for the remaining CTs, but Lag now in a 2-on-2.
And they have no idea that Snap is just there. He has been very loud about that, but it's Experative that's turned around and caught him walking out. Dia now alone. It's another clutch required for him, and this one he's got the low health. Experative picking up a double there towards the end, but much more effective. And Lag, after failing to actually start in that mid-take last round, they go back to the exact same play, the exact same set of utility by the look of things. And this time, elevate a little bit further back, not actually playing to hold mid, just giving it instead. And that's exactly the look that Lag were looking for in order to go for that A hit. A little bit of a nicer approach, bring them back into contention. And look at what it's done to Elevate's money. Win a round, lose a round, baby. CT side don't feel good.
Ooh, but hold on. Good start here from these pistols. A bunch of HEs to lead off. Mac 10's on low HP, and Nick X has got to be careful. Smoke spam could catch him, but he will scamper in towards middle. Hold on, Snap, step forward, nearly the lineup. He's got it with Shane. Those are 2 guns on the ground, and they can be recovered. Bucket line away for 1 Mac 10, and he'll be able to scoop up the AK next as well, but unable to escape. Nick's close on the trade, and even hunting down for Shane. He knows he's close. Volley's up close. Will that force him off the top box? Think? Yeah, it will. And then the pistol from Peeping. Can't quite convert it either. Still a 2 versus 3, and look where the bomb is going here from OG Wizard. He has an open A site.
He does, but he's not exactly alone in this endeavor either. Up close and personal, Dare looking to play denial. He's going to creep out, but he won't be able to deny the plant. Might not matter. Oh, no. Dare misses the mark, and it's a done deal. Round over. Diaz grabbed the AK, Peeping, hoping to recover something more, but I think there might be one more AK, actually. No, there's the Mac 10, but
oh,
that got very scary.
Yeah, the fact that OG Wizard decides to run off to A all on his own is so darn risky. Imagine someone's playing that triple box position and he just gets knocked off, you know?
Alternatively, somebody's playing CT, cough, cough like they were, and walks out a little bit quicker. You know, if Dare just runs him down there, then that's a free kill. Obviously,
yeah.
You know.
If he makes footsteps, OG Wizard's getting off that bomb plane.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, exactly. But the idea is there. Call that a job done type of round from Elevate with a bunch of kills, an AK saved over. Big boost to what is the next gun round. But Lag already up by 3. Getting started early on the T side, I think a big important factor on this map specifically, especially denying the CTs. They're going to run it up B. That's a ton of damage that they've just taken through a Molotov. Diaz grabbed 1. Bomb about to go down, but those HP bars are problematic, Five.
Yeah, and they're going to try and take some aggressive space, but there's a counter flash in. Perfect retake here between Dare and Shane. And now a 2 versus 4. Oh, Nick, he almost dies to the utility.
No.
It's Nick's, his counterpart, who just has to deal the most damage, and there's just too many targets. Nearly a lineup, but spray control not perfect. And Elevate will come through with a very pristine retake.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the retake that was good. The actual hold, even though it was a little bit more passive, allows Lag to get onto the site. The utility that they toss out in order to help deny that rush, the counter rush utility was actually phenomenal. We saw how much damage it did. Lag were almost walking zombies as they get into the post plant, so much so that they are really forced to take that aggressive strategy. Like, if you just sit back and cave there with that type of HP, you're probably not going to win the round, especially with the amount of utility Elevate going to still have with 4 players alive. So they didn't have much of a choice, and that's all thanks to, you know, Elevate playing a very smart game, not necessarily getting caught out and having the right utility in the early round.
Yeah, also, hold on, we're gonna have the same play again. Lag are already into the B site. There's a team kill in the mix, but this time it's a bit cleaner as Weeza just ran through the smoke with the bomb and took down Snav, who had utility in hand. 3 versus 4. Trying to charge down the planter though, and it will work out, but the back lane control is back again. 1 versus 1. All of a sudden, Nick X will be able to land his headshot though, and it's madness. A brawl on the B site, and the round's done in like 40 seconds.
Nick X just consistently has that clutch factor, by the way, for Lag. God, that's so much fun to watch. I've seen him for a long time, you know, not just in this roster, but previously. Yeah, that's interesting. That's twice now that Lag have called the play, right? It's not worked out so well. Mostly credit to Elevate. And then they've called the exact same thing the next round. That's confidence in the game plan. I'll give them that. And, well, hell, it's worked out for him twice in a row. So who's to question it?
If it works, it works. It looks like Weeza's got a bit of OG Wizard spirit in him. Just simply mad fragging. OG Wizard's a guy, you know, here in North America, he's been touted as someone, you know, has ridiculous mechanics, but, you know, sometimes struggles in the Team CS environment. And those ridiculous mechanics kind of make up the weight. Weeza's kind of playing the same game. Right now, Lag actually with facing down a very passive hold here from Elevate. Look at the information that Elevate have. Yes, they have cave control.
Yeah, they're chilling back in Donut as well. Inside, not so vulnerable though. The rotation into CT. He has got one, peeping another, and Dia getting a bit creative, trying to move forward on his own. But still has peeping to maintain this control towards Temple. The problem for Lag, yeah, getting the bomb down. So I think OG Wizard's going to get away with it.
Yeah, he's going to try and stand forward and fight. He still picks up a kill, however. This does leave Experative in a difficult spot, back triple, and he will go down. Yeah, but I think just Lag, they were facing down a passive setup, and in fact, they did actually get that map control. However, the B lurk didn't quite draw enough attention away, and still had no donut smoke and a donut player who was just locked in right there.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual critical piece of information was for Elevate, though, because there was a really nice timing that was starting to formulate for Weeza out A, right? Like, there was a moment where the A site was almost undefended, right? But then Dia gets into Temple, the rotation's made towards CT, and by the time Lag actually walk out, essentially 3 players there are very quick to the punch in order to be there for the defense. It's a little bit unfortunate timing-wise. Tack timeout for Lag, and understandably so. A little bit of a whitewash type of round from them. A failure to start even. The entry towards the A site there just never got off the ground. I think it was Dia and Peeping both grabbed one, and both actually stayed alive afterward as well.
Yeah, so D mid control, and what we've been seeing constantly here from Elevate, this time they're going to take it into a little slingshot, make themselves at home up towards Shelf, but that same Lag have constantly been hitting this B site. They have the read that Shane's alone, and he's going to be traded out 1 for 1, but Dia does take out the caboose of that train. Experative down. Peeping, though, caught pulling pins. He could be down next as they press in towards CT. He's traded out 1 for 1. And a 2 versus 3 ensues. Still such a tentative retake, though. With OG Wizard on the site, anything can happen. First is good, but runs out of ammunition on that MAC-10. And the Glock will not do versus Snav. Chaos again. Lag with chances, but Elevate will stay steadfast.
Yeah, but this is good ideas from Lag, right? You mentioned the fact that Shane alone over towards B, and that's, I think, to do with the fact that they have gotten a lot of good looks at what the mid-control setup is and what that looks like early round if there's heavy presence in that direction. So I think a pretty darn good call from Lag on the eco, such as that, where they get a bomb down and 2 kills. All's well that ends well in my book. But it is Elevate closing the distance, 4-5. Now the score line a little bit more of a solid Elevate than what we were seeing in the early stages of this map.
Ooh,
Wonderful nades. And the missed shot as well from OG Wizard. You've been hyping him up, but unfortunately that one not going to connect.
yeah, first op shot of the game for him as well, and it's not a great look. Weeza will go off and take a couple pot shots. Yeah, this stacked up B site definitely working wonders.
You know, make sure it wasn't shooting blanks. Good teammate.
You know what's also... Oh, what a flashbang as well. Perfect flashbang coming through from Snav. Got the util sets down. Wallbang nearly takes down Dia. Gets a dink there.
There was a moment where all 3 Elevate players were sort of lined up in that same lane. Could have been a very, very spicy couple of AK bullets through the wood wall. Oh, and this is sort of an indomitable setup.
Uh-oh.
Okay, it was. They disassembled. Fortunately, Shane has his one, and it'll be a trade. Which leaves Nick X in the 1v3. Mentioned his clutch factor. This one, it's a big ask. This crossfire is really strong.
Yeah, I mean, Nick X knows where one is playing from, and he's just holding at threat angle. Now they have to start worrying about other positions, however, and, well, at the 15-second mark. Yeah, he's going to try and flee the scene and take an op with him. I'm sure Elevate would love to get their hands on it. Nick X does land one on a snap. Dare chasing next. Oh, but a missed shot, and he'll get finished off. Op can only fire one at a time. That one's going into Dia's hands, as Elevate will equalize at 5.
This is a really interesting game from Lag, and I'll tell you why I think so. It's because they have been so willing to play a little bit slower, but then some of these rounds have just been lightning quick. Unfortunately for them, I think they're probably going to go back to that faster pace simply because they don't have any utility. There's the pistols, and
okay,
instantly dispatched. Peeping, gonna grab one, spam through, cost him 50 HP, and now that op that Dia got tossed over is gonna need something massive. First shot misses, but the second one's on target. He can fall back, snap support out from A, and this is all working well. PT man, gonna take a couple shots there as it's merited, but he'll get the job done for just the single frag.
Yeah, kind of just holding on there. There was a slight moment where the op actually got 1-2 comboed by a player swinging in from Donut. There was a slim chance. And also, I will say, Lag are coming through with the right responses to each and every round. We've seen heavy mid-control round after round. Lag picked the perfect time to uncork a little mid-play, and it does actually catch that initial kill. I will say that despite these round losses, Lag kind of have their finger on the pulse when it comes to the grand scheme of things. Fast up B once again. And this time, though, Snap is smoked out. They're going to take mid-control. And Elevate are not home. That control will go to the T side.
This is just another good adjustment, though. Just like you mentioned a moment ago, how they have the finger on the pulse. You know, Lag, understanding that their takes through just elbow haven't been so successful, trying a little bit of a different tact, right? Getting some two-pronged approaches. And sure, nobody was there this time, but in the ideas, they're really good. Lag are on the right page in my book.
They got enough utility for one singular execute, though, so they kind of need to take this dry control, and that's going to become costly. Shane actually doubles up, doesn't even need Snav's help. And I think that was a little ambitious. Optimistic. Now, Dare does come through and actually deals with the lurk as well. A good initial idea to take that early map control, but doesn't pan out. Elevate, recover with 5 in a row. 7-5 half. We'll see you after a break. And 7-5 the scoreline, looking at it right here. Elevate with the recovery. Despite it, I think lag, they had some rounds where I think they got enough space. Just couldn't close it down when it comes down to right there.
Yeah, it could have been an unfortunate situation. I think lag, like you're saying, right? Some good reads. But we're going to see Elevate of the pace here. Weeza, perfect spot for the dualies. Pop up a couple of shots, but Weeza will fall after just the one. Nyx moves forward, and he's got 2. And it leaves Nick X and Experative in the 2-on-2 clutch of their own. Dare on the hunt. And towards Temple, knows that somebody's there. Nick X is low, but he's got the insta headshot to deliver, leaving Snav all on his lonesome. The chance here.
Uh-oh.
Block shot, but Nick X is so quick on the USP.
Yeah, I mean, he might be an IGL, but the mechanics do not betray him here. Second pistol there for Life's a Game. Big deal. As it comes down to that A-side play. This is going to come costly here for Elevate. I mean, that's the one thing here for Life's a Game, is they had some good macro strats, but they are a team that is all about that execution. That's what they really got them very far. in Season 47 is that they were kind of able to play like a team like Nouns and actually meet them head on in terms of their play style, in terms of that raw fragging ability. This team has the mechanics to keep up with the best.
That they do. And I mean, that kind of goes back to what we were talking about with regard to Elevate at the beginning in the pre-show, is that this is a team, Elevate, that have crazy mechanics, but they don't always necessarily show up. And tonight, well, they are absolutely showing up. Right? You have all your big heavy hitters right now for Elevate looking fantastic. Right? Shane's on 15 and Dia's got 12. Dare's having a great game. Like, it's all coming to fruition for them at the moment. And I think that that's where, big performances from Nick X that we just saw in the pistol could be the difference maker.
This corner here from Experative is, I would say, kind of scary. Kind of happy to see him make the jump on back, but also might let them scale forward. In the meantime, though, clearing out into Cave. Dare lands one Deagle headshot and close on the second as well. In the meantime, Experative has let them cross and gets a little finicky there with the Glock. Does readjust, though, to take down Snav, and while he will allow a bomb plant, 4-man standing here for Lag is better than it could have been.
Yeah, I think allowing that bomb plant, not as big a deal, though, right, as keeping these players alive for Lag. That's the more important part of the game plan in my book. Elevate, they're buying next round. Sure, it's going to be a lot better of a purchase now. That's all good. You got to bet on yourself, and I think that's what Lag are doing. And they'll even have a little bit of a bonus into this when Nick gets dropped the MP9 that Wizard had, and so we'll keep 2 of those. Pretty one-dimensional from Elevate in those first 2 rounds. Now let's see if they can add maybe a third, fourth dimension to this game plan, but I don't know that that's what we're going to see this time. 4 men grouped up for Elevate outside of B.
But they're being pretty quiet about that approach. Smoke, though, from Nyx. Will actually force some respect on that front. But OG Wizard fires back. There's some spam coming through from Dare. He's looking for a freebie.
It's like 4 dinks.
Like, oh my...
Oh, he was so far away. That's what it was.
They're going to try and walk up on OG Wizard. They're going to really try and test the guy that just quad dinked Dare. And actually, it's just worked. They've gotten across. They've hit a nasty timing on the site, and it's going to hurt. OG Wizard still readjusted on the Dia, by the way, even though he had no idea. Weeza comes through with his own kill and damage. Nick X helping out, and somehow, Lag just won that.
I mean, the somehow part of that is Wizard adjusting, right? Like, he shouldn't have had another one there, but he does. And he gets away. There's no trade, but the quick response as well from Lag. The rest of Lag, they get in there with some swift feet. It's crazy that they're in so quickly. Not even a plant allowed for Elevate, and they're back to the lesser weapons. And it's a mirror image. Or, well, I guess not a mirror image. Exactly the same. Last round, but it's loud and proud instead of that slower approach. They get the cave control that they're looking for, or at least Jaguar. And that's when they'll slow things down to Elevate. We didn't get to talk about it, but let me ask, what is your thought process? We both went Elevate here on the prediction. What was the thinking?
I had a lot of confidence in their CT side. I'm going to be honest. A player like Shane definitely turned up. That's a missing piece towards the end. OG Wizard is, oh my goodness, he is looking for these fights. So aggressive. Weeza also on the isolated extension, but comfortably guarded there by Nyx and his MP9. Yeah, I really had a lot of faith, just because I think Shane is such a solid... This round's not done. Hold on. I'm gonna let this round cook before I talk about Elevate. think now that should wrap it up here with OG Wizard and Nick X. But I have a lot of faith in Shane as a CT side anchor right now, and I think he definitely turned up over there. But Dia never got his hands on an op, realistically, in those opening couple of rounds, and Elevate were definitely suffering because of that.
I mean, and that's Dia, I think, showing up without it even. Right? Like,
yeah,
not bad. But it wasn't that domination that I think Elevate can often have here.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing Dia quickly rack up, 23 kills, and suddenly he has like 5 opening picks as well. But I didn't get much of that.
Fun note. Imperative has just tossed an entire set of mid utility, right? Walked back into spawn, grabbed up the whole new set. It was dropped there for him by his team, and now he's towards B, kind of playing a bit of a rotate position with dealing house and making sure that he can support towards the A side. And that's this type of setup is why when I was talking about the swiftness with which lag adding to the firepower of Wizard on this site, that is part of how they can do that.
Flashbang in. You just get blinded up. Trying to poke and prod. Right now, Lag are kind of missing a lot of information. And they're hearing a lot of stomping over towards B. That will draw in a third rotate.
As much as they're missing, though, it's not necessarily going to matter. They have the players here.
There we go. Nick's going to step forward. Weeza goes 1 for 1, but they're on the entry. And the clean kills do arrive from Elevate, despite the 3-man setup. Mechanics will prevail in this one. We still do see OG Wizard. Yeah, I would also second guess that. He's gonna take his kit, probably worth about 5K.
Yeah.
And he's bouncing out of there. He didn't throw a single nade this round.
He's got the full set of utility after the bomb plant is pretty wild, now that you mention it. But it is certainly worth its weight in gold. Especially on a map like Ancient. I mean, CT side early utility. Part of why I said earlier that I feel this map is sort of snowbally. I think it's precisely for that reason. You get utility out early as a CT side, you can snowball. The same is true for the Ts.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what damage Elevate was doing on their CT side with their double HEs over towards the B lane every single time, and Shane would just farm up the double.
Yeah.
Inside a cave, that is. And, right here for Lag, haven't really seen a lot of, like, early map control like we were seeing from Elevate. Down mid we go. Just a solo player, though, from Nyx. He could get pressured easily. And in the meantime, there are those double grenades. Trying to snap off the line, but Weeza charging forward is going to be locked into combat here in a fight he probably doesn't want to take. And, well, the smoke will kind of save him for the most part.
A lot expended, though, to take that space that, well, I was going to say they kind of have to give up, but no. Weeza just rendezvous. They're going to re-smoke out a lot more aggressive that time, and it's going to be a fight. Nyx. Yeah, massive. Got Weeza in tow, and with Snab now gone, Nick X is getting aggressive. You said map control's been a maybe lacking part of the game plan for Lag. Not this round, Fi.
This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. One easy kill, and he's just gonna fall back. He's just gonna be a thorn in the side. OG Wizard, however, does need to stay alive here, and Experative also goes down. Has to be a scramble here from Nick X back to that A site, and he does actually make it, and perhaps into an unexpected position, but now they're going B. Oh my goodness, they have been bamboozled. Weeza is still out towards B ramp, however. They do need to be aware of this, and, well, he doesn't quite convert on the kill. It will be Nyx, though, to save the day with a kill through the smoke to keep the advantage here, but a wild round we have as the bomb gets planted, 2 versus 3, and godlike post plants out of Elevate. Nyx also turns right into the flash, and problems now here for Life's a Game in the 2-on-2. Nyx is going to start flying up towards the ramp, though. It's a jiggle peek game between himself and Dare. Dare going to take the swing, and OG Wizard will actually get the kill in from Cave. Now just Shane, back of the site, will be traced through the smoke, and a miraculous retake comes through in the 2-on-2.
Bro, Nyx has just done miraculous work himself. It's ridiculous. The fact that he's getting away with everything there, able to take a shot, fall back, right, grab a frag, and then get away with his life despite the low HP, saving Lag a pretty embarrassing loss. That would have been with the man advantage that they had and the map control that they maintained. Credit where it's due, though, for Elevate. Really nice mid-round decision-making, understanding where everyone was at on the map and what the right play was. They put themselves in with a chance to win a round that they probably had no business being in. So, little bits and pieces now stuck together give Lag only a 2-round lead, but boy, that's really been the story since Elevate made that comeback, right? It's been close this whole second half. They're right back to Old Faithful. No more of that aggression of last round from Lag. They're back to the much more passive approach. They've not even got a dedicated A player this round. They had been playing, 1A, 1 donut with a man in house and 2 towards B. Now they get a 3-man stack on the B site where at least a lot of this early presence is located for Elevate. But that's going to change here and now with how Smoke pop.
Yeah, Experative has nowhere really to go. Double smokes in. Late mid control. The time is going to burn a lot. And you're going to see a push forward, though. I like this, trying to find the information here for Lysic Aim and Experative playing this off angle. It is so devastating. They're going to try and split towards B. Dia down, and a swing from Experative. Desperation, he gets another. 2 versus 3. Nick X in tow, however, and he's just left that A site open. Rather, Shane, who has to run out in the middle of the open through A main to try and get that bomb planted, and he's lost it. It's on the floor. There's just no time here for peeping. He'll get finished off and be given mercy by Weeza as Lysic Aim are on the brink of taking Ancient.
There's some of that individual skill that you've been talking about from Lag, right? Experative getting a second kill out of that, just instant headshot. He's sort of alone, right? He's swinging into 2 players, and the fact that he's getting one of those 2 to pick up the double and find the multi-kill, giving Lag the advantage, or continuing the advantage that they would already find. It's just very strong. And again, adjustments mid-game and mid-round from Lag have been incredible. You talked about the information gathering in Cave. It's just another moment where they're finding the right call at the right time. And on the CT side, some of that individuality is coming to the forefront.
Yeah, Experative with a desperation swing. He knows he's in a terrible spot, and he doesn't want to be the player that swung. That's just CS2. He has to be the one swinging, and works out well. Nick X, was his shoulder just seen? Was that spotted? Well, he's going to get smoked out either way, so he'll be granted some mercy.
Apparently, it do not matter. This is, like I was talking about, back to the norm for Lag, in as much as playing off mid, right? 2 players towards each site, and they're just going to creep up. Really aggressive from Elevate, essentially contact. Nyx and Weeza answer back, and unfortunately, it's just the 1-for-1, but that's good enough, right? 3-on-3 into the post plant, not a bad situation. Very approachable for Lag on the CT side.
So bomb still needs to cross, though. Dia is stuck in Cave. He will make it out onto the site, however, but smokes are fading. Nick X looking for that duel. He'll get it on the Shane. Shane not prepared. And also Dia trapped on towards that back site. Will swing, but Experative's got him. Peeping in the open. Almost fight. He does get the double. Missed op shot from OG Wizard. The pistol will be good enough, just barely. Elevate unable to muster the X factor to drag themselves out of this one. It is map point for Lysic Aim.
And this is, I think, Lag at some of their best, right? Like, individually, now they are here. Weren't really bad in the first half either, to be honest with you. But those are the moments, right? Each round has a critical second where one of these lag individuals are coming to the forefront. On top of the fact that I think a good game being called, great adjustments for the CT side. Now they find themselves with 4 rounds to play with in order to close here on Ancient.
Flash forward here from Weeza as well. He knows he misses out on the timing, and he's still good for it. Weeza's such an aggressive player and makes good on it. And a swing back in from OG Wizard. A second miss.
Third?
Well, he's gonna get destroyed instead. Weeza having to turn up here, and Shane has got the refrag to keep it level at the moment. Experative, though, swinging past. He hears peeping as well. Isolated fight. Experative has to win it, and the flashbang a tad too late. Nick X in need of a clutch.
And he's with a second smoke towards game ender. It is absolutely the only option to rotate around. He had made that decision a long time ago, which gives him time. Kit in hand. No utility to speak of, but well, he's picked up a smoke. Never mind.
Ooh.
Not going to be useful with his head ripped off. It's Shane to close out the round, and a 9th for Elevate at the very least. And you know, a lag team that we've been talking a lot about, man. Weeza on debut. What a performance.
Yeah. I mean, he's like died nearly every single round. He's been
that's what happens when you throw yourself at the other team.
Yeah, he has been ridiculously aggressive every single round. The one thing is their OG Wizard could have just locked up the map right there, critically. Yeah. That AWP was in the right position, but some uncharacteristic misses out of him. He has 19 kills regardless, but in the moments, we've seen him struggle a little.
I mean, kind of feels like the AWP's just a non-factor a little bit in this game. Oh, didn't get to see it a bunch from Dia either. But
there he is.
A little bit better. Yeah, there we go.
Did he just land? I think he might have just landed a kill off of the footsteps. He heard like 3 players running through the smoke, and you know what? He just blasts him. He's also back in towards Red Room. Great positioning here from OG Wizard. Ready to catch the next line of attack. This is what you want to do as the AWPer, but just misses on the exit. But Nick's, the 5-7 nearly goes for 2, and Nick X gets his duel. Backs turn to the 5-7s. Experative stays mobile, and Shane on 10 HP. It's a nice headshot, but needing to complete a 1 versus 4. And oh boy, a single bit of smoke spam might do him in. There could be a reload here from Weeza that catches Shane off guard.
He's standing tall, at least for the moment. Shane doesn't have all that much time to work with either. Technically, the B site's somewhat open, but that is a treacherous run that he would be making, and that's the reason he's not making that move.
Yeah, Red Room, not the best approach either with 20 seconds on the clock. He's going to have to go through multiple different players. Weeza, yeah, he's not giving his backup here to Shane. He's just out of time.
Yeah,
he's just out of time. This is the map right here, and Nyx is going to lock it up. 13-9 here for a lag in our opening BO1 of ECL. They're off to a great start.
That they are, and you know, both us maybe not quite believers, but you know, just to put some more emphasis behind what we were talking about Elevate, right? They are sometimes a team that struggles to find consistency. This was not